Hello and welcome here at our booth from TÜV Rheinland. I'm Jan, and today I'm talking together with Andreas about mobility and also the complete ecosystem of the mobility in the future.
Cool, Jan, yeah. He believes we are talking just about mobility, but we are also talking a little bit about the millennials guys of this world and IoT.
Yes, that's right, because I'm for myself don't have a car, for example.
That's interesting, yeah. It's amazing. I think we will have more people in future have no car at all. I think there might be also no need for a car anymore in future. So Jan, now up to you. You have seen the Mobile World Congress now the first time. What is your impression?
Yeah, so my impression is very overwhelming at first point. Lots of people, lots of big players are here, and it's lots of innovative things that I saw here. And I also made a small video with my trendings and highlights what I see here. So I think our future connectivity will change completely, I think, in the future. And here you can see the first sign of this big things that's coming up. What do you think, Andreas?
I'm too old. What I'm thinking, I'm too old. I'm so sad working more than 20 years in this industry. And it took so long to come to this point with all these amazing opportunities, possibilities with wireless connectivity, becoming a little bit more than just a voice call or a data call, real services behind, safety aspects, and that's the reason why TÜV Rheinland is investing more than 40 million euro globally in all of their labs and services, and to serve the complete IoT value chain. So not just on the hardware side, but also on the different application layer, service layer with cybersecurity testing, data, privacy testing, and so on and so on. And it's amazing for me to see, it's the first time that in TÜV Rheinland we are coming together between all these different business streams in TÜV Rheinland. So we have mobility here, we have the ICT guys here from internet security, data privacy, industry, and so on and so on. And yeah, you can see how this is impacting our society, because TÜV Rheinland is always a mirror of the society and the needs of the society for a safe place to live in. And if it comes to mobility, I think this is a very important story. You are not driving at all with your own car. So how do you manage it today?
Yeah, today normally I drive with the train and all this official train system that we have in our city, because I live in a big city. And but at some point I don't have any needs that I say, oh, I definitely need a car right now. But if I need a car, I only doing car sharing, for example, and take that car at that time, what I really need. So if I need, for example, if I want to move in the city, I rent a big transporter or a big car where I can put all the stuff in. But if I only want to make a small shopping tour to IKEA, I only need small cars. So I can get at every time that car what I want and don't must to buy it. And it's, in my opinion, cheaper to get it at this point where I really need it. So I'm not standing it the whole year in my garage and waiting if I was driving. So what is how you are moving forward?
Yes, I'm old style. I have a car for many reasons. I'm curious how I could get rid of my car. I still have some problems. So TÜV Rheinland has done some investigation in this future mobility and found that it might be very much different if you're living in a big city or rural area, if you're still owning a car or not. But what do you think it has to do with wireless connectivity, if it comes to owning a car or not?
Yeah, I think to have owning a car with wireless technology, because our cars have right now also lots of antennas and also lots of wireless technologies in it. So we as TÜV Rheinland needs also test these kind of new technologies that are coming up, and in the complete environment, especially not in the car, also in the complete smart city, that all the systems and all the wireless technologies are working very close together and not making any interference or some problems on that. So how do you think is 5G goes in the future on the aspect of connected vehicle?
That's a very interesting point that you brought up. So state of the art is a connected car already today. So why do we need a 5G technology for it? We can connect any car today with mobile networks, public networks already since years. It's mainly used for infotainment and entertainment purpose. But entertainment is very much a little bit limited because the broad range that we need for wireless communication is maybe not in all places, and it doesn't deliver what the customer would need, and from streaming perspective and so on. But at the end of the day, it's already a reality. Yeah. And you are using car rental systems which cars are already connected. Yeah. And the Mobile World Congress this year has shown a little bit more the aspects of the future, the possibilities of the future coming with new wireless technologies. And here it's becoming even more important for TOV Rheinland to play an important role in this ecosystem. It's the first time that the automotive industry is coming together with the telecommunication industry to make more use out of connectivity in the car instead of just infotainment and a little bit of connectivity. So that's the reason why there is a new alliance called 5G Automotive Association. And this alliance is very much pushing forward into safety aspects, autonomous driving and so on. And if you look on the connectivity today, I think if you want to go for safety or autonomous driving and using wireless technology as an enabler to make it a more safe driving in future, then for sure we need to have a new technology. LTE can deliver to a certain point already a number of use cases for the smart driving of the future, but we need a little bit more lower latency between the communication of the cars, so we need to go for a new 5G network that is supporting this mainly. I think this is, I don't want to make it too complicated, yeah, but the message is quite clear. There is a clear path. Automotive industry is putting influence to the standardization groups. Yeah. This is I think one of the most important steps happened 2 years ago, and now we will see a big boost in the development of new wireless technologies supported by 5G and LTE to connect the cars ad hoc, but also using network for connections, and this will enable a lot of different use cases. Very happy to see our guys from mobility were here on the Mobile World Congress the first time, and typically our colleagues are doing the type approval of a vehicle. And we have a lot of questions into Rheinland, how do we do type approval of a vehicle that is supported by wireless technology in future on the safety aspect. So safety, crucial in the moment the system is getting access or interrupting the brake, the steering, then it has impact on the type approval of a vehicle. So this is not just an infotainment service anymore, it's a little bit more. And today, or last days, I learned also the possibilities, the use cases are tremendous. One of the use cases, for example, was that I can use in future the sensors of other cars around me, and I get all the data from these sensors. Is it a passive radar, LiDAR sensor, and so on? I don't just need to rely on my own sensors in my car, I can rely on even more sensors in future. And this opens up a tremendous increase in safety and in the future driving. Funny is to see that TÜV Rheinland has done an investigation in China, in the US, in Europe, and they try to find out what the people are looking for in future, if it comes to future mobility. So they asked about 1,000 people in each of the regions for the future mobility. And interestingly, I would say safety is one of the most important aspects in the US and in Europe. Data privacy is a little bit more China story, I think. But at the end of the day, everyone knows the use of the wireless technology in future will give a big punch in this safety aspect.
So what do you think also is the pressure for the network operator higher now to get the really good quality of service in the car?
You could do my job. That's for sure. Amazing times. Yeah, it's an interesting question. In the past it was a little bit like we tested and certified the end products in the network, and the network operators, the public network operators, they took care for the performance of the network according to the customer requirements and so on. I think because several industries are coming together, big industries are coming together, there will be a need that these networks in future will be able to deliver quality of service in time. And some of these safety use cases in future, they need to rely on this quality of service. If in the moment where I'm asking for a certain service from a network operator saying, oh, I need some more information from safety aspects while driving, and if the network can't deliver it to this time due to some heavy impact on a lot of data traffic actually from other users, then the network need to go back to the car and say, I can't deliver the quality of service that you need actually, so please don't rely on my data, you need to take care by your own. But this is really, I would say, one of the biggest challenge to bring these industries together and get really to the edge with the possibilities on the connectivity.
So we also, as TÜV Rheinland has also not the solution for that, is it right?
We are thinking about solutions. We are working actively in this group. We are currently spending more efforts and resources inside if it comes to to support these groups understanding what it needs from the type approval of a vehicle, from safety and from functional safety aspects. This is very important also for the telecommunication industry to understand, because in the past it was just I tested the end products for a little bit of minimum performance requirements, minimum requirements from RF perspective, or minimum requirements on the protocol side. But now we need to have a little bit of quality of service from end to end. And the challenge is a little bit how do we test it? So we have the components in the car. Then we are building systems inside the car with these components. And then at the end of the chain, we have the vehicle as a system. And the testing of this chain is very much different, could be different, but could be also the same. So we are working actively in these groups to steer this a little bit.
Yeah, Andreas, thank you very much for your time. So, guys, if you need more information about our complete IoT service portfolio, visit our website www.tüv.com/IoT, and there you find all the information, all the direct contact to our experts in the different kinds of fields. And thank you very much for your time, and see you next time.